Hey everybody, welcome to the StreamerView podcast. I'm joined today by TommySwan from Twitch.
How's it going?
Good, man.
Good.
So give us a little rundown, like 30-second introduction to who you are.
All right. So I stream on Twitch like intermittently right now. I've been focusing on videos and I want to transition Twitch into like acting and filmmaking. It's the best way to put it.
Awesome. Very straightforward. And we just talked about this before we started the interview, but you're from Indiana, right?
Yeah, I'm from Anderson, Indiana.
All right, cool. What was your childhood like?
Ooh. It was really crazy. I got into a lot of trouble, like not like with other people, like doing like pranks and stuff. Like my family and I, we lived in the country. And so we had this like alien that we got for Christmas one time, and we used to put it on the road and we would tie a rope to it and we'd act like it's moving across the road. And one time this lady got so mad, she slammed on her brakes and then she came back and she stole the alien, and that was the end of that. But yeah, got in a lot of trouble doing little things like that.
That's
Made me really
awesome.
sad. I was crying about it.
Oh, dude.
Lost the alien.
Funny you mentioned that. I used to have like this little Luigi bean bag kind of thing. It was a Luigi just with a bean body, and we used to get in trouble with that ever since I was in like first grade, and that lasted until high school. We would just drag it along behind cars. Yeah, pretty much the same stuff.
I love fun stuff like that. Like as long as you're not like causing anyone like vandalizing.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, true.
Just little things like that. But it was good. I had a good childhood.
That's good. Give us a little rundown on what your personality's like. What can people expect when they are watching you?
I don't know. It really depends on the day. I'm usually pretty energetic. I'm shy, but like when I stream, it feels good and it feels natural, and I'm like myself, and it's just really energetic and outgoing. I guess that's the best way to describe myself.
Yeah, that's
kind of weird describing myself because I don't like.
No, yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. It can be.
I just know I'm really hyper.
I think I've seen that a lot with streamers. Like the majority of them are like outside of streaming very introverted. Like I don't know if you've seen that too, but I don't know what it is about streaming. It just brings out the extrovert that's hidden inside.
Yeah, a little bit. And I'm trying to like transition how I am on stream outside of streaming.
Yeah. That's the ultimate goal. I think streaming helps.
Exactly.
Get a little bit of practice.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so you've pretty much sold yourself in 6 words or less with a couple of questions there. So let's move on to what's your favorite between cats or dogs? Cat person or dog person?
Oh man, I guess it depends. Like sometimes you'll have like a really cute cat and you'll have a really cute dog. It really depends on the day, like I said, with my personality. Like sometimes I'm a dog person. Like yesterday, it's funny you just asked that, because I've never seen, you'd think you would see an all white cat. You think you'd see one throughout your life, but I've never seen an all white cat. And one came to our door yesterday and I was like, holy crap, this is a cute cat. I could keep this. And yesterday it was cats. Today it's probably dogs.
Yeah.
I know that like doesn't really answer your question.
No, it's fine. I mean, you know, I grew up most of my childhood without ever being around cats, and then one of my best friends, we started hanging out, and he had 4, and that's both when I found out that I like cats to a degree, and I'm also really allergic to them.
Yeah, I'm allergic to them too, and they like to claw you. Like last year, I wish I could show you this picture. I was eating dinner, and these cats, they were chasing each other, and then they chased each other up my face. Oh, dude, I'm so lucky I didn't get like scars all over. I was so worried. Yeah, they messed me up.
Yeah, it's weird. I've had more bad run-ins with dogs than cats, but I'm still more of a dog person.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't had any with dogs yet.
Yeah. So what is your favorite thing in the entire world if you could narrow it down to one thing?
Movies.
Movies.
Yeah, it's what I want to do with my life.
Awesome, dude.
Acting, filmmaking, I love it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's one of the more interesting answers I've heard so far.
Yeah, it was really easy for me because everyone's like, oh, everyone always asks me. I've known what I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. Just haven't really applied myself yet.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like, you know, you're in your 20s. Let's get there too. How old are you?
I just turned 27 last month.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
like this is the prime time to be focusing on like what you want to do, you know?
exactly.
So,
And also streaming has helped me with that because before I never would have been confident or like even felt comfortable doing that. But streaming's like helping me get out there and I'm having less problems talking to people and I'm not as shy as I used to be. And like we were
yeah,
talking about a minute ago, I feel more comfortable being myself now.
that's really
And that's
cool.
because of streaming.
Yeah. It's helped me with that too. Phew.
Yeah, it's crazy. If
I,
you do it consistently, it's gonna change you.
I think every person who has a problem socially should try streaming for like a
Yeah,
few months
exactly.
just to see how it goes.
Form of therapy. Give it a try.
So, you listen to any music? And if you do, like, what's your favorite genre or artist?
Oh, I listen to a lot of music. I like metalcore a lot of
Ah,
rock. Yeah.
dude, we're in the same boat. I never find metalcore fans.
Yeah. It's always hard to explain that to people, so I just usually say rock.
It's hard to,
August Burns Red?
yeah.
Oh man.
I
I
got
was
that.
just thinking about that band before you even saw your shirt. That's crazy.
Yeah, I got that at a show probably 8, 9 years ago now, something like that.
Yeah, the last
Wild.
show I went to was a Sleeping with Sirens concert in 2011, and I stopped listening to
Oof.
them because I didn't like the direction they went in. But they released this new album
I heard
last,
it
I
too.
think it
It's
was a
so
week.
good,
Yeah,
dude. Hell
yeah, they're
yeah.
back.
We're gonna have to nerd out about that after the interview.
Yeah, it's so good. I've listened to it like 20 times through.
Oh, it's so good. So back on track with the streaming and the filmmaking and everything like that. I'm
Yeah,
guessing this is a pretty obvious question. You enjoy what you do?
like for a living or
Yeah, sure.
filmmaking and.
Between the two, like what do you currently do for a living? Rather, we could move on to that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am a Subway manager.
Damn.
No, no, it's I hate it, but it lets me do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like my boss is really understanding, and so like if I need to take time, like let's say I find an audition I need to go to, she
Hmm.
wouldn't care.
That's
Like
awesome.
I've been there so long. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I can't say I hate it too much, but it's money and it's a job.
Yeah. That's all you can really ask for sometimes, especially when you're trying to figure your life out.
Yeah.
Mm, so let's move on to what platform do you usually play on, and what games do you usually play for stream?
Ooh. This is kind of awkward because like I'm in this weird phase. I usually play competitive games
Mm-hmm.
when I stream. I my platform is PC mainly, but I'm kind of in this stage where I'm like so burnt out with video games. Anytime I try playing one, it's just like it's hard for me to have fun with it. And I don't know why that
Mm-hmm.
is. It's like I guess it's just a burnout phase. But I was playing a lot of Team Fight Tactics. Was really into that, and then I kind of got burnt out. But
Yeah.
it was pretty fun.
The first streamer that we did for the interview series, virtually, she
Hmm.
currently plays a lot of TFT and Rainbow Six too. I saw that you streamed that the other day.
Yeah, I was trying to have fun with that, but it just didn't happen.
Let's see. Talked about that. Outside of streaming and outside of filmmaking, do you have any hobbies that you like to mess around with?
Ooh, yeah, I started messing around. I don't know if you know what FL Studio is,
Yep.
like where you make music. I
Hmm.
started messing around with that. That's pretty fun. And it's like 100% just a hobby,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying messing around with that. But we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah.
See if I get burnt out on that too. No.
Yeah. I used to mess with FL Studio back in high school. I actually sort of recently. I play guitar and sing and stuff. So like recently,
Mhm,
I figured it'd be an interesting investment to get Ableton because that
mhm.
has like built-in MIDI capabilities and everything. So it could do some electronic stuff eventually. But it
Yeah, that'd be cool.
that's a very time-consuming hobby. Like I still haven't
Yeah, it
found
is,
time to really mess with
and
it.
it's draining too.
Hmm.
Like, I've noticed if I start working on stuff like that, even it's kind of the same with streaming, but it's like a lot worse when you're trying to make a song or something because it's just so draining. And after I do it, it's like, okay, I know I'm gonna be drained for the rest of the day and I'm not gonna be motivated to do anything else. Maybe that's just
Yeah.
me personally, but it just takes it out of me. I'm like, geez, I put everything into trying to make this sound cool and it takes it out of you.
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error, like experimenting with
Yeah.
different things, and it can get
I think that's
tedious.
what it is learning it, and it's a
Yeah,
headache.
yeah. You see people like Deadmau5 who use Ableton, but he'll jump into it and then 3 hours later have like all the parts to a song that ends up being
Yeah,
on an
it's
album.
nuts. I've seen some of his streams.
They're really good.
It's awesome.
So as far as like a genre of content, like, types of movies, types of YouTube channels, podcasts, what are some of your favorites?
Hmm. I really like I like short films and skits on YouTube. Those are what I
Hmm.
find myself watching more
Like
than
the
anything, and that's
College Humor-esque kind of stuff,
sorta,
or
yeah, like a lot of Churdleys and Trevor Wallace
yeah,
lately.
yeah.
They're pretty good. I could see myself making stuff like that. And as for movies, this is where it gets weird because, like I told you, I feel like I'm really outgoing. My main thing is I like people laughing. It makes me feel good
Hmm.
because a lot of times I don't feel so good, and then when I make other people laugh, I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and with movies, it's like I don't want to do any of that. I want my films and stuff to kind of be serious. Like I like a lot of dramatic films and like police films.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep.
I want to be in something
That'd
like
be
that one day.
awesome.
Those are my films. Yeah. I love noir and police films.
Are you thinking more along the lines of acting or directing or kind of both?
I want to be an actor,
Actor?
both if
Yeah.
possible, but primarily an actor.
A lot of actors that are very immersed in the trade do end up becoming directors. So
Yeah,
I think
it's cool.
that's definitely something neat to look forward to.
Yeah, it's possible if I put in the work for it, I think.
I think there are a couple of masterclass courses on like filmmaking and directing.
Yeah, dude, it's funny you said that. I purchased the Dustin Hoffman acting
Did you really?
masterclass like 2 years ago, and I watched 7 of the lessons.
Jeez.
And I need to finish those. Thanks for reminding me.
Hey, no problem, man. I purchased the Deadmau5 one because I was really into the whole wanting to make electronic music thing back like 2 years ago too. So we kind of are along similar paths there.
Yeah, I need to get back into Dustin Hoffman's masterclass ASAP.
Yeah, for real. Right after I'm finished this interview.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's move on to your stream a little bit and some of your community and everything. How long would you say you've been streaming? If you could put a timeline on that.
Like total or with like breaks included or just
If it's like a quick little rundown, yeah, breaks included, probably. Like, what year did you really get started?
I started June 16th or June 28th, 2016. Kind of was a little dyslexic there. And I took a break after about 8 months in because I let some things happen, and I don't know. I'm kind of since this is like a podcast, I'm kind of just like being open,
Yeah.
trying to be at least. I'm an emotional person, and when stuff happens, like I don't know what to do besides quit, and I don't. That's what I did for like 5 months, and so I'd probably say realistically, I've been streaming for a total of 2 years
Okay.
with breaks included.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't feel too bad about the not really knowing how to react to emotional stuff. Like,
Yeah, it's
when
weird.
when you're grinding for like a stream and then shit starts going down, it's pretty easy to fall off.
Yeah,
I've been guilty
it's
of that
rough.
too. So on your Twitch, what's your current follower count at? And I know that since you've been on and off, it probably isn't super reflective of where you're at now, but the number's still there.
I want to say it's around 2145, something like that.
Okay.
2145, I think.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, Minecraft will do that to you.
Sure. Have you I'm guessing you don't stream Minecraft anymore then.
Not anymore, but the first 6 months I did was uh-oh.
Light just went out.
Hello? My computer just hibernated. Sorry about that.
Nice.
I'm gonna move the mouse a little bit every now and then.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I used to stream Minecraft a lot. I did a lot of creative mode, and I thought that was really fun, and people like that.
Yeah.
And that kind of, as bad as it is, that kind of inflates your follower count, and it's not reflective of your actual audience. So my community is realistically probably a solid 10 people, like 10 active people that are just more like friends now. And that's not a bad thing. I think that's cool.
That's definitely something to build with,
Yeah, it is. but they're more like my friends. I don't know. It's weird saying I get it is a community, and that's kind of what I'm working towards. But everyone who's in there is kind of like my friend now,
Yeah.
and we just hang out.
Yeah, there's no problem with that either. Because, I mean,
No.
you look at it a different way. If you really pick back up with it and start, putting content out like crazy and all this other stuff, you've got 10 people who are pretty much, guaranteed at one point or another to be around.
Yeah. Off and
And
on, they'll pop in and say hi to me. It
yeah,
makes me feel good.
it's better than just sitting in a empty stream day after day.
Yeah, exactly. But
So,
there's days where it's like that and it's fine. And
yeah.
this is something I would tell like everyone starting not to get like bent out of shape if you see your follower count at 0, because there's a lot of times where I'll be on stream for like 2 hours
Oh, yeah.
and I won't see one message, and that's fine. You just have to something you have to understand going into it. You're not always gonna have people and it's gonna feel bad, but if it's something you like doing, just keep doing it and keep thinking there's people watching and somebody's gonna have fun with you
Yeah,
eventually.
for sure. If you've ever heard of streamer named Professor Broman,
Mm-hmm.
he has a whole podcast on, Q&A basically for streamers and content creators, and that was one of the things he actually suggests, which I tried this when I was starting out on Mixer, and it helped a lot mentally, is to just cover up your viewer count. Stream as if you have 10, 15 viewers, even if you have 0. You just don't know because you cover it up.
Yeah,
And,
it's what you have to do, and it helps.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does.
It helps a lot because like people are gonna come in, and you're gonna be actively talking, even if it's to nobody. It's like you're engaging, and
Yeah,
they
and
are much likelier to stay.
I think at this point, I'm just so used to talking nonstop because I've gotten in the habit. It's like muscle memory. I just feel like
yeah.
I'm talking almost nonstop unless I'm playing a competitive game. That's the only time I find myself like not really talking.
Yeah.
But I need to find a balance for that when I get back into like gaming hard, because if it's competitive, I don't really care about the entertainment and I hate that. But if it's not, I feel like I'm a little annoying and I talk too much.
Yeah, they're
It's just one of
different.
those things.
They're different classifications. Like I used to try to do a lot of competitive stuff, and then I got into Sea of Thieves really heavily and streamed that, which is like a mix of like, oh, when you get into PvP, it's super competitive and you need to focus, so you're not as you're not as entertaining. But then you're sailing for like 20, 30 minutes at a time before you interact with anything, and so you're having to be entertaining.
Dude, you were insane at that game when I played with you. I was like, holy crap, is this a pirate legend?
Yeah,
He was a pirate legend.
me and one of the other Mixer streamers that I met up with, he's actually the second person that I interviewed, Mr. Bada Bing. He and I were kind of the what would you call that? He calls us the Pirate Kings. He calls himself the Pirate King, but back when I was sailing with him regularly, we were like, we're the Pirate Kings of Mixer. We go around and we rob all these people, and we don't care what you say. And it was a good time.
Monkey D, who's Zoro?
Let's see.
Can't have two Pirate Kings.
Yeah, you're right. Damn, he's Zoro. Screw it.
We're flipping the questions
Luffy.
now. No, sorry.
This isn't an interview for me. Come on. So, do you have a set schedule right now for streaming, or like you said, if those burnout periods do happen, so that can upset a schedule. But
yeah, and not to cut you off, sorry. It's I usually work in the morning 6:30 to 4 p.m. And when I'm into sounds bad. When I'm into streaming, I try to start around 4:50 p.m., 5 p.m. and then go for a couple hours. But lately, I don't know. It's just been different when I stream. I'm getting really into YouTube, kind of like we talked about before, and I love making videos. It's so fun. And here's the thing with making videos and streaming. Streaming, you have to be a continuous presence. And with YouTube, you can pause and come back to something. And I really think it's a lot less stressful, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it does.
And I feel like I'm accomplishing more if I do short streams, and then I take stuff from the streams and I incorporate them into like my videos. But
that's the same conclusion that I've reached recently, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Streaming it's rough. Like it takes after a while, it takes it out on you. Like I don't know if you've ever felt this way, and I don't want to put like negative feelings into this, but it's really like depressing after a while because if you take a break and then you go outside, you realize what you're really missing, and
Yeah.
it's upsetting. And
Yeah.
it's like, do I really want to do this, or do I just want to do this for fun every now and then? And that's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at, and it's weird.
Yeah, what I've been able to kind of like gather between the creative Minecraft streaming before and now the focusing more on YouTube and really focusing on like filmmaking and acting and everything
Yeah,
like that, you definitely have more of that creative side rather than the performing side. You know, like the performing side's there, obviously.
yeah,
But I think like the ability to plan it out, like that's the nice thing about YouTube too, is that it's different than live content a lot of the time. You know,
yeah,
you can add a lot more creativity to it in the processing period, and really make something that's
yeah.
more of like an art form as opposed to just live streaming. You know.
I agree with you because I'll have like periods where I feel like, oh, it's kind of, it is a performance. Like it's me,
Yeah.
but it's me at like 200%, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it does.
And there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, that was good. I was like, I need to do stuff like that more often, but can I realistically do that for 4 hours straight every
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
And or could I just put that into like a 10-minute video? And what's gonna be better?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good point to bring up. I think it's questions that I think a lot of people need to really ask themselves as they feel like they're having problems with streaming, is like, would I be better at something that's a little bit more, you know, on the YouTube side of
Yeah.
things, you know?
Hmm.
Okay. So moving on from that, if you were to put yourself in the shoes of like one of your viewers, what do you think is the thing that you viewers like the most about you when they watch you?
I don't know. A lot of people a lot of people say I'm really nice and I don't see that. And because there's this one guy, I love him. His name is Yellow Swage 24.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there when nobody else has. I love this guy. His name's Robert. He doesn't care that I mention his name. He'll probably listen to this. But the thing I like about him is he came into the stream looking to like mess with me because I used to stream primarily on Xbox with the Connect,
Yeah.
and I would have to hold my phone open, and the way I'd see people follow is I'd refresh my emails and I'd feel a vibration. I'm like, oh, I got a follower, got to shout him out. Well, this one kid comes in and he's trying to troll me
Mm-hmm.
and he's messing with me. And then eventually he just turned out to be like one of the best friends I've ever had. And that's what he said to me. He goes, I was trying to mess around with you, but you're too nice. And I don't see that. I don't like people saying I'm nice because I don't feel like I am. I'm
I
not
mean,
trying to
you know,
like,
I've been around intermittently throughout the past year or so, and I definitely
yeah,
think you're a nice guy. You know, it's
I don't know.
first
I
time
don't
I
like
popped in your
saying that.
stream, I was like, damn, this guy's like pretty welcoming.
I just like feeling good, and I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't wanna ever say I'm not trying to say that like people think I'm nice because I don't feel that way. It's just that's what people, especially this guy, that he's like the biggest one. Whenever you think of my stream, I think of him
Hmm.
because he's been there through everything. That's just what sticks out is he was trying to mess with me, but he said he thought I was a nice guy and made me feel good. He couldn't mess with me anymore.
If I'm
So maybe
not,
I should use that to play for my advantage.
yeah, really.
People feel sorry for me.
I don't know if it's the same as feeling
Yeah,
sorry for you.
I'm
It's
just
probably
goofing
more,
off now.
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, you made him one of your chat mods, didn't you?
Yeah, he's a moderator.
Yeah.
He used to actually play Sea of Thieves with us, so you're probably familiar with this guy.
Yeah,
But
I do remember him.
yeah,
Who are
good
some of your
guy.
other chat mods that people would expect to see if they popped in your stream?
Ooh. Most of my mods don't pop in the stream right now. Yeah, but if they do pop in, there's this guy named Alfie. He's been around just like Robert.
Mm-hmm.
His username is Nerd. He's a nice guy. He's been there through a lot too. Century TV, I owe that guy a lot because he's made my Discord server. He's done everything. Like he's been more helping outside of the stream, but
Yeah.
he is a moderator. He's a great guy too. They're all great in their own way, but Nerd, Century TV, Yellow Swage 24,
Mm-hmm.
they're good guys. They've been there for me. And Austin is trash. He's not a mod. He doesn't want it, but he's pretty much a mod, if that makes sense.
Austin is trash is his name.
Yeah.
It's
It's his
interesting.
username. Austin is trash 123.
It's great. So the last question about the stream itself. What are some jokes or running gags that you guys have? I know I've seen the term juicy a lot.
Oh man.
I don't know if that ties in with anything, if it's just your personality or if it's a running
I'd
gag.
say I don't think there is. I know there's one, but it's not on the top of my head. I say "old baby" a lot and
Yeah,
"juicy."
yeah,
I
that's
don't.
another one.
Okay, the "old baby" kind of happened because when I first started streaming, I was playing The Evil Within,
Hmm.
and I thought I was a hot shot. I thought I was gonna be cool and play the game on a harder difficulty than I was prepared for.
Hmm.
And I was on this boss for like 40. It was more than 40 minutes. It was probably like 4 hours, but I
Damn.
couldn't beat it. Eventually, I did, and I just got excited and I said, "Oh baby," and it just
It
kind of
just
stuck
stuck.
from there.
That's
Yeah, and I
awesome. I
kept
like
saying it,
that.
and that's actually what my alert is.
Is
And
it
then you could
really?
hear my crappy, yeah, you can hear my crappy microphone
You're going,
just
oh
yelling, "Oh
baby.
baby."
That's
Yeah,
great.
I was a lot younger, just spazzing.
Hey man, spazzes make the world go around. I'll stand behind that for the rest of my life.
I hope so.
So just a couple questions about like the future of things. We kind of touched on it a little bit as far as like your desire to do some acting stuff and
Mhm.
hopefully directing in the future. If you could dictate how the next 5 years go, where do you think you'd see yourself in an ideal world?
Man, I'm gonna be ambitious here if that's okay.
All by all means.
I wanna. So I have my brand or whatever you want to call it. It's called Cruel Ocean.
Hmm.
I want that to just be like all things entertainment, music, filmmaking, clothing, whatever anything people can use to represent themselves or something. I could see myself expanding that and making it like an actual business and releasing films under that name, maybe t-shirts, competitive gaming for anyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy. I'm all over the
No.
place with it. But
Hey man, a lot can happen in a year's time. You
I
know,
know.
5 years is a long time to really start working on that stuff, and I do not think, especially with the way the internet is, with stuff going viral and how quickly it spreads,
Yeah.
I don't think it's super ambitious. I think it's ambitious. It's definitely a
Yeah.
goal, but I don't think it's an impossible goal. So that's a great ambition to have, and I think working towards that'll, all depending on how much work you put in, man.
I
I
know.
feel
That's the
like
problem I'm figuring out now.
yeah, success is, I've been spouting this a lot on my own personal podcast. I think success is what you make it. I think
Yeah.
I think luck has like 10% to do with the outcome. A lot of the time it's entirely luck, but ultimately I feel like it's just a matter of how much work you put
No, I
in
agree
and
with
how
you.
passionately you feel about it.
I 100% think I believe I'm gonna make my dreams come true with that
Hmm.
if I just keep going and I keep tweaking these things about my personality. I know this sounds kind of funny, but everyone has like issues, and I know my issues, and I think I have these personality traits that hold me back from getting to where I want to be. And I think
Hmm.
if I can figure that out, I'll be pretty successful, and that alone would I'd feel successful. I'm already, like I said with Cruel Ocean, I'm already releasing short films and stuff under that.
Yeah.
So now it's just got to get to a point to touch back up on that last question is how can I turn this into a business? How can I turn this into something that someone else is going to be able to use for themselves too? Because I want it to be something that people feel like they're a part of and
Yeah.
that somebody else can use to make their life better. Like if it's competitive gaming, kind of like FaZe has, they change people's lives. It's like
Hmm.
crazy. And I don't know. I just want to do some good stuff with it.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Um, so on to the whole concept of streaming on Twitch. Do you think that if you do continue with streaming,
Mhm.
to a degree, do you think that you would stay on Twitch, or do you think that you might branch off to something else? Like if your YouTube following picks up, would you maybe stream on YouTube? Do you think you'd swap over to Mixer because of the growth opportunities?
Man, I'm g- I'm glad you said that because there's a lot of like drama with Twitch right now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be kind of careful what I say, but I could see myself 100% switching over solely to YouTube,
Hmm.
and that's me knowing YouTube doesn't really care about. They obviously care about streaming, but they're not doing anything to market it because
Yeah.
YouTube's YouTube. They know people are gonna do it. They don't need to promote it, but yeah, Twitch. I don't know, man. They got to get it together. That's all I'm gonna say. I love Twitch, but it feels weird lately.
Yeah. Um, I definitely see that. So, you did mention Cruel Ocean. You kind of want that to be like an all-encompassing like media platform.
Yeah.
So do you think this last question I have here is like, do you see yourself branching away from streaming one day and using the notoriety or whatever following you build up to start a business or, you know, a charity or something like that? So I guess in your case, you'd probably pursue to just have Cruel Ocean be like a media
Yeah, a
business.
media source.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think I would ever stop streaming, honestly. I could see myself always doing at least 1 to 2 a week, even if it's just an IRL on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got
It's
too
a
much. I feel like I have
different
too much
animal.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love IRL streams and doing goofy stuff, and I
Mm-hmm.
could just see myself no matter where I'm at doing that. But
Yeah.
yeah, Cruel Ocean. I've got some dreams with that I'm working on right now.
That's awesome, man.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
I could talk about that all night, so I'll shut up.
Nah, you're good, man. um, hey, who knows? We might do like a little expansion kind of podcast thing where we check in with people later on and just get an idea of like their short-term plans and growing whatever they've got, you know, outside of just
Cool.
the general interview kind of thing. Speaking of general interview questions, we're gonna have a couple fun questions.
Ooh.
I really like this one, and I've been debating on whether or not to just ask this to everybody. I think I'm gonna ask it to everyone. What do you think your spirit animal is?
Ooh. Let me think. I don't want to. I want to try to say something that not a lot of people would say. I'm probably a bottlenose dolphin, honestly.
Bottlenose dolphin.
No, I'm probably a wolf or something. I don't know.
Don't think too hard about
It's
it.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's me. I overthink everything.
no, yeah. That's. Don't even get me started.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other animals right now.
Could
Even
be like a hybrid dolphin wolf, maybe, dude.
yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, like
Imagine just like this wolf dolphin that had like fur.
yeah, dude.
That'd be cool.
The mammalian wolf of the sea that literally just, you know, it's like a shark that's a dolphin.
Dude, that's scary. I don't ever want to go to the ocean again.
That's a little
now.
terrifying.
Jeez.
All right. So if you could get a free 2-week vacation to anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Give me 1 second. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd probably. Oh man, wait, give me a second. An all paid for vacation for 2 weeks. Well, where's somewhere? First off, I gotta ask myself, what place has the best food, the best restaurant? I'd probably go to Boston. They have a Wahlburgers there.
Oh shit!
I've always wanted to go to Wahlburgers.
Yeah, dude. I was actually earlier today thinking like I'd just love to take like a week's vacation to New York and just explore the city. Like I've done that
it'd be
before, but it was
nuts.
only like 2 days. You know, you only see so much.
Did you
in
see
2
any
days.
rats?
I did not see any rats actually, but
Jeez.
we did walk 21 miles in a day, so that was
That's a lot of miles.
That was terrible, but great. You don't think too much about it when you're in New York.
Yeah.
You just keep going.
I just gotta watch out for the rats.
Yeah, for real. And getting mugged in a subway, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think this will be a good one. What's one of the funniest things that's ever happened to you?
Oh my gosh, my whole life is kind of a disaster. So, when I was in high school, I wasn't the best at math. So I was in a math class below my grades math class with my younger cousin. And the teacher, he hated me, but for some reason he put me in charge of filming this experiment. It was a gravity test, and we were using Barbie dolls.
Oh shit.
And he was gonna take the footage home over the weekend, and he was gonna edit it. So me and my cousin had this genius idea. We're gonna take the dolls and we're gonna make a movie while the class is doing the project. So we started taking the dolls, and we were getting a little inappropriate with them.
Oh geez.
And we started like messing around, and we did our voice acting. And then like the next Monday, we get a call to the office, and the teacher saw it, and he apparently didn't think it was very funny. He called our parents, and our parents got brought in, and it really wasn't that serious. But this dude made it out to be like it was the end of the world because we were
There's
doing
always one of
inappropriate
them
things with
teachers.
dolls. Yeah.
Yeah. What grade was this? Like, what age?
I was in 12th grade.
Oh, jeez.
I was a senior. I was a senior in high school. Yeah.
That's pretty sad. He feels the need to call your parents when you're like 17, 18 years old about just having fun with some dolls.
I don't know what's more sad. He called, or I was a senior in high school doing that. I'd probably still do that right now. I don't
do that
care.
right now.
Yeah.
I would do that. Come on, I'm a mechanic
You
for
put
a
a
living.
camera.
Like I would absolutely do a little video.
You put a
skit with
doll
dolls.
and a camera in my face, it's gonna happen.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
That was a good question.
Oh man. So we'll do a couple final thoughts. We're pretty much almost at that 40-minute mark. I don't even have a timer, so that's good. I'm just going off of when we started.
That's awesome.
Okay. So you kind of said something about this earlier, but I will say again, just for you to reiterate. If a new streamer asked you for advice, what would be the number one thing you'd tell them?
This is just something after being on the platform for over 3 years that I'm just now. I never would have said this, and probably till about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how it feels when you do it. Do you like it? Does it feel good? Does it stress you out? Because here's the thing. Can you see what happens if you get successful? Is this going to be something you enjoy?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you right now. If it took off, yeah, I would like this more than what I do for a living. But would I enjoy it all the time, every single day? No way, not a chance. It would be just like I feel right now at work. And you just got to pay attention to stuff, because gaming for a living sounds incredible, but there's a lot of downsides to it. You're gonna live a lot of your life in front of your computer.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna spend a lot of time trying to network with people. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna get into some stuff that you don't want to get into with people, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
And you just got to be prepared for all that. And is that something you want to do?
That's a great question to ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great question for everyone to ask themselves, honestly, because
I
don't think people really think about it too much. You know, they just
I didn't. And
yeah. They just want that immediate reaction to their passion for games.
That's what I wanted until just recently. I started like really thinking about all this stuff.
It's important.
Yeah.
It does happen to people too. People get famous overnight, you know, doing something, and then they think they have to capitalize on it, and then they end up hating it.
And are you ready for something to accidentally change your life?
Yeah. That's a big question.
Exactly.
Oh, geez. All right. So, if you could also ask a larger streamer any question, or a YouTuber in your case, that would help in your own ventures, what would that question be?
I don't know, because for me personally, I like to look for validation from people. So I would probably be selfish and ask them something like, when you look at my stuff, do you think the person you see is someone who could be where you're at, or would I need to change things about myself? And what's the biggest thing that I would need to do to improve to become what you are? Because some people have what it takes, but there's just little things like I touched on earlier about your personalities that hold you back, and they're just so negative. And I got to figure out those for myself.
I think finding them and then just learning how to control them, you know?
Yeah.
And that's for people listening too. Everybody has a shortcoming. Even the best, most interactive, friendly streamers probably have extreme sides to their personalities that they don't want their chat ever seeing. You know?
Yeah.
And that it's just it's a part of being a human, and it's something that maturing helps you learn how to handle, you know?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. All right.
That was a good question.
Yeah, I like asking that question. So the last thing, and this isn't really a question, but to all the people who have shown you support, who have been there in your streams, who watch your stuff now, just go ahead and address them real quick and let them know how you feel about them.
All right, so I talked to you about, there's so many. So if you guys hear this and I miss anyone's name, I'm sorry. So maybe I should just say about everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know, because there's so many of these guys who are like probably my best friends now. And I don't know. If it wasn't for them, it's you always hear the most extreme things. I don't know where I'd be. I wouldn't be following my dreams right now. I wouldn't believe in myself. I wouldn't even have this ambition for Cruel Ocean because some of these people have been there for me when nobody else has. And I don't know. I'll never be able to thank them enough. I try to say thank you to people, but I'm an emotional person, and it's just they make me feel good. And the reason I keep going, just knowing one of those guys continues to watch my stuff, and it gets
Yeah.
hard sometimes, and it's hard even talking about this with you, but these guys make me feel good, and I'll keep doing it because I know at least one of them will always be there.
I
So thank you
also,
guys.
yeah, that's awesome. I also just want to say and throw this in there because I think it's a negative stigma a lot of the time being an emotional person, you know. But
Hmm.
at the same time, those people are the most genuine, you know. And the only streamer I've ever seen who really gets away without being their genuine true self is Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Like, like the
The two
rest,
time.
yeah. The rest of the streamers that have a real connection with their audience are genuine people. They are emotional at times, they're friendly, and they are passionate, you know, and they're extremely grateful to the people that follow them. And I see that entirely in you.
Yeah, I
You
do
may not
too.
see it entirely in yourself in a positive way, but it's all a matter of what you
Well,
make it, you know?
thank you, dude. I always hope people think I'm genuine, even if I don't feel like it. That made me feel good. Thanks.
I've always felt that, man. Um,
And thank you for having me on here, man. This is like the first time I've ever done anything like this. This is probably the coolest thing I've ever done. So lately, it's really cool. So thank you for having me, and
yeah,
everyone who
absolutely,
listened to
man.
this. This is awesome. I hope you continue doing this for a long time.
I hope so too. I'm really looking forward to the future with this. Before we end though, go ahead and shout yourself out, like your Twitter, Instagram, your YouTube, all of it, so people can follow you.
Ooh, my Twitter is TommySwan. Don't follow me though if you're. I post a lot of stupid stuff, and sometimes it's not always the most appropriate.
Go follow him. Go follow him anyway. Just do it.
My YouTube is just TommySwan. My Twitch is TommySwan. I'm very creative with my names.
I like
Uh,
it. It's a brandable
yeah,
name.
thank you. And then yeah, that's about it. Just TommySwan, Tommy J Swan on Instagram, and hopefully I learn to stay consistent and yeah,
Oh
just
yeah,
keep
man.
posting on there, and hopefully you see more from me, and I hope I see more from you, and I hope I stay in contact with you more. Because
Oh yeah.
last thing, I know this was your question, but I want to be last thing I want to address to anyone who listens from my community. I want to be a better friend to people and just try to keep improving myself. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about some of these things I otherwise wouldn't be able to.
Those are the two goals I think everybody should strive for. You know, be a better friend to
Yeah.
those that you're close with, and be a better person yourself. It's all just that's life. You know,
Yeah.
all you've got's yourself and your friends.
I know.
So, yeah, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate you sticking around and doing the interview with me. It's been about 45 minutes now. That's a commitment. So,
Yeah, it's fun. I could do this all night. Maybe
yeah, I
one day.
could too. But all right, man. I appreciate it. Everybody, go follow TommySwan. You can follow the podcast too at StreamerView PC on Twitter. Just we'll keep you updated with the video updates and the Anchor updates, which it'll all be on Spotify too. So if you're listening now and you eventually want to listen on Spotify, it's up on Spotify about 20 minutes after I upload it to Anchor. So
Cool.
I will go ahead and tweet out about that once this is up, and I hope you all have a great day.
Bye, guys.